On all streams, and we're ready to go. Today we have a slight broadcasting technical issue. We are not going to be on Facebook, but you can go to YouTube to access all of the links to our update today regarding the real estate market and what's going on right now. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Roman Shersher, your number one online resource for buying property, with your real estate update as to what's going on. I try to do this weekly. We've been live for a couple of years now, and we have been 3 weeks in a row because we've been in town. And I got to say, these last 3 weeks have been very, very busy. The end of the year last year was very slow. First couple of months of this year was also very slow. And during those times, we actually saw a decline in prices. We have been on fire the last couple of months, just like we were in 2022 during the same period. This summer period in real estate is always very hot. We saw the highest prices we've ever seen in California last summer. And so we'll be talking today in terms of where we are price-wise in comparison. All right, please remember, guys, if you like the video, I'd like for you to share it on social media. It helps us so much to get this message out. Just tap the share button to share it with your friends and family. Okay. All right. First, let's talk about our current projects. We're in an escrow in an area called Cypress Park. It's by Glassell Park, Griffith Park, if you know those areas. And during the escrow, right now we're in the inspection period. This is where we do a thorough deep dive into the property. We start with a general, we then go into specialized inspections. We've done a few inspections here. We're right now doing our request for repairs with the seller. And when you're doing these things, you definitely have to do it with strategy in mind. You have to be careful. If you just dump a huge list of everything that is called out, it oftentimes will be completely rejected. And so you have to pick and choose, and you have to prepare the other agent on the other side as to where you're going to be and what you're going to be asking for. But this is a great home that was fully renovated. We were able to beat out the competition. We eliminated the competition, which is so hard to do today because there's not enough properties on the market. I actually heard a statistic that nationwide there are more realtors than there are properties for sale. That's how crazy it is right now, and how depressed the real estate market is because of all our locked-in sellers. Talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Go take a look at it. Our previous updates to understand exactly what I'm talking about. To anyone watching on Instagram, be sure to head over Instagram. Be sure to head over to the YouTube link where you'll be able to check out the links in the slides to the content I'm about to go over. This last couple of weeks, we've been looking at a lot of fixers too. We have a couple new people on staff, and they've been uncovering some interesting fixers. I love looking at fixers and interesting properties because we see some of the craziest stuff we've ever seen. Take a look at this. This is crazy. Hold on one second. Okay, now I'll be able to show you this madness that we uncovered. Where are we going? Here we are. Take a look at this. This is crazy. This is an actual bathroom in a fixer we went to. If you can't see it, what I'm looking at here is a sink to the left with a cabinet right on top of it and a toilet to the right with literally there's 4 inches of clearance between the toilet and the sink. I think you have to sit on the toilet in order to wash your hands. This is some of the craziness that we take a look at when we're looking at some of these fixers. And we do a lot of work to them, and that's why we make the money that we do. All right, let's get into our content. First of all, if you weren't under a rock, you saw that this week the Fed raised interest rates another quarter point, despite news that inflation was easing. This raised the Fed funds rate to a range of 5.25 to 5.5%. This is the highest level of the Fed funds rate in 22 years. And it's done a number on our mortgage rates. And I'll go into where we are right now with that. But we're almost at the height of where these rates were at one point. I'll go into that in just a second. But the resilient economy, the Fed at this point says that we are no longer predicting a downturn because the economy is still growing at a very moderate rate, as they put it. It grew 1.8% in the last quarter. So things are looking up. Despite these high interest rates, things are still looking up. And also, inflation is coming down. So for all you doomsdayers out there that think, oh, we're headed into a huge recession, prices are going to drop by 40, 50%, where is the data to support it? I'm giving you data as to where we are in the real estate market, where we are in the economy. There is nothing to show the prices in real estate will decline. And that's why the buyers are out. They realize that prices will continue to rise. Let's talk about what California did in the month of June. Okay. Data came out last week about where we were in the month of June in the state of California. First of all, year-to-date statewide home sales were down 33%, 32.9% in June. Okay, so in comparison to a year ago, which already had reduced rates, reduced amount of listings than was necessary, we were still down 33% in California. Southern California was down 20%, 19.4% to be exact, from last year, which was already a down year. This is why prices are continue to rise. This is why we're seeing 5 to 10 offers on every property, and this is why homes are selling for $100,000 to $200,000 above list price. Existing statewide median home price was $838,260 a year ago. Okay. Sorry, that was in June. So June's median home price was $838,260. It's up from May. So prices are actually going up, but still down 2.4% from June of last year. June of last year saw the highest prices we had. And then the prices came down towards the end of the year, January, February, and started rising again. And we're back on an upward trend. We're very close to where we were last June, which was an all-time high. Last June in Los Angeles, let me take it down here. Here you go. In California, as you see, June 838. Okay, last year, the all-time high was 858,000. So we're within 20K of the all-time high. Okay, we are now in terms of LA Metro, the metropolitan Los Angeles area. We went up from 765 to 775 as our median price. That's down from 800. So we're within $25,000 of the all-time high. Okay, month to month in Los Angeles, though, we increased prices of 1.3%. You annualize that, that's nearly 12%. Okay, that's a very significant price jump if you annualize that. All right, and in terms of the unsold inventory, things are selling very quickly, and they're actually selling, as I mentioned, throughout the state. We're at 100% price to list ratio. Last year was a little bit higher, it was 101.3. People were paying higher price jumps last year than they currently are, but we still are seeing a lot, especially here in the Los Angeles area. We're seeing a lot of homes sell for above list price in order to get them because there's fewer inventory. As last year, we had 2.4 months of unsold inventory. We have less now. We have 2.2. So we have less inventory than we had even a year ago. As I mentioned, in LA, it was 20% down. Okay. And the median time on the market last year was 16 days. We're down to 19. So we're almost the same short time frame on the market. And I'm seeing that in action. In order to get these homes today, like I said, we beat out the competition. But in order to compete, you still have to get very low inspection period time frames, very low, if any, loan contingency, and we're seeing appraisal contingencies go away because you're offering above list price. So really, if you still have an appraisal contingency in there, it doesn't really jive with what your intentions are, and the selling agents, listing agents, will not typically accept your offer or recommend your offer to the seller. So there's such a tremendous amount of strategy that goes into every single offer, how to make it, what to focus on when you're making that offer, and how to position yourself. Do you make an expiring offer, or do you make it contingent? Are you competing across 12 different offers at the very beginning, or did you monitor that property and come in there and keep a relationship with that agent and try to come in if it falls out? These are all things that you have to do concurrently, and it takes someone that knows what they're doing in order to be able to tell you the best way to get a property today. So if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, reach out. I've been doing this for over 16 years, and my clients, they keep coming back to me over and over and over again, and I keep watching their back as well. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in with me today. Our quote of the day is by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He's a French writer, poet, journalist, and pioneering aviator. He used to be a award-winning pilot born in 1900. His quote is this: "Your task is not to foresee the future, but to enable it." Okay. You won't be able to see exactly what's happening in front of you months ahead, years ahead. It's your job to make happen your future. So stop focusing on the past, the present, the future. The present is a present. Enjoy it and make it happen. All right. Last thing we want to cover is the mortgage rates. Our mortgage rates last week, we were at even 7%. The rates actually went up to 7.12 yesterday and have come down slightly, as you can see, 0.07 basis points. So now they're at 7.05. Last week we were at 6.37. They've got for the 15-year fix, it went up to 6.4. The jumbo was at 6.98. Now it's at 7.1. The 5/1 ARM, 6.95, has stayed the same. The 30-year FHA went from 6.6 to 6.7, and the 30-year VA went from 6.59 to 6.68. All right. Remember, if you like this video, if you like the content, I try to give you raw data, not opinion, in our weekly updates. Please help me by spreading the word on social media. It helps so much. Just tap the share button and share it with your friends. I will continue delivering this great content and showing you funny pictures of fixers all the time. Have a great weekend, everybody. This is Roman Shershey, your #1 online resource for buying property, signing off.